Hey, welcome back to my channel Iraqi Dinar News Update. As of August 4th, 2025, the USD IQD mid-market exchange rate stood at approximately 1,308.79 IQD per USD, reflecting a slight strengthening of IQD by about 0.09% from the previous session. Mid-market valuations from currency platforms show $1 almost equal to 1,293 to 1,310 IQD, supporting the observed stability and minor appreciation. In Iraqi local markets, Baghdad, Erbil, Basra, exchange booths reported rates around 139,400 to 140,100 IQD for $100, while the central bank rate remains at 1,320 IQD per USD. Revaluation, RV. Speculation and government outlook. Rumors about a major revaluation, long awaited by speculators, continue to circulate. However, credible sources point to no official commitment from the Iraqi government or central bank signaling an imminent RV. The Iraqi Prime Minister and officials have not confirmed any fixed timeline for revaluation. Authorities denied a recent viral claim regarding destruction of 62 trillion IQD, $47 billion, clarifying it was entirely unfounded and not linked to any monetary reform or redenomination program. Risks and market realities. The Iraqi dinar remains tightly controlled by the central bank, with limited liquidity and no freely floating forex market. Trading IQD internationally is only possible via select intermediaries, often at steep transaction costs, sometimes as high as 20%. Experts consistently warn about scams and speculative brokerages, urging caution for anyone buying IQD based on revaluation claims. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, assessment of Iraq's exchange rate policies suggests a managed peg arrangement, projecting an average ratio of about 1,300 IQD per USD for 2025 to 2026, indicating no expected rapid appreciation in official documentation. Summary. What's going on? Topic: Current status. Market movement: slight strengthening of IQD. USD IQD converging around 1,295 to 1,310. Revaluation rumors: persistent speculation, but no verified government plan. Official position: denials of dramatic events confirm no active redenomination or revaluation. Authorities' stance: central bank maintains conservative rate setting. IMF projects stability. Investor risk high, minimal liquidity, high fees, widespread scams, limited exit options. Key takeaways for traders and observers. 1. No confirmed revaluation, RV, initiative at the present time. 2. Exchange rates remain stable within a narrow band, contradicting speculation of sudden revaluation. 3. Trading volume is low, and intermediaries may charge significant markups or impose restrictions. 4. Beware of scams and unofficial sellers promising unrealistic gains from dinar revaluation. 5. If you're assessing IQD exposure, it may be wiser to consider more transparent investment vehicles, like funds or Iraqi equities. While the idea of the Iraqi dinar sharply appreciating continues to captivate speculators, there is no concrete evidence of an impending. The idea of a currency revaluation, especially concerning the Vietnamese dong, VND, and the Iraqi dinar, IQD, is a topic of significant interest to investors, economists, and global currency watchers. Both currencies share a common narrative: decades of instability, foreign intervention, and suppressed market value due to wars, sanctions, and internal economic restructuring. However, in recent years, various economic signals, monetary reforms, and international partnerships suggest that both countries are potentially preparing for major shifts in their monetary policy. This document provides a comprehensive explanation of the VND and IQD, the theory of their revaluation, economic contexts, and what a currency revaluation could mean for holders of these currencies and the global financial system. 1. Understanding currency revaluation. Revaluation refers to an upward adjustment in a country's official exchange rate, relative to other currencies under a fixed or semi-fixed exchange rate system, unlike a devaluation, which decreases the value. A revaluation strengthens the currency, making it more valuable on international markets. Revaluations are generally rare and occur when the central bank or government wants to acknowledge a stronger economy, correct currency misalignments, or prepare for integration into the global financial system. 2. Vietnamese dong, VND history and current status. The Vietnamese dong has a long history of being undervalued, mainly due to the country's past wars, economic struggles, and the transition from a centrally planned economy to a market-oriented one. Key features of the VND situation. The VND has been pegged or managed loosely against the US dollar. Currently, $1 equals about 23,000 to 25,000 VND, depending on market conditions. Vietnam has become one of the fastest growing economies in Southeast Asia, driven by manufacturing, exports, and foreign direct investment, FDI. The State Bank of Vietnam, SBV, has focused on exchange rate stability, low inflation, and integrating more with international financial institutions like the IMF and World Bank. Rumors of revaluation. Investors speculate that as Vietnam becomes a more powerful global exporter and expands its digital banking infrastructure, the VND may undergo a revaluation to better reflect its real market value. Additionally, Vietnam's alignment with Basel III banking reforms and foreign currency reserve buildup are indicators often cited in support of this possibility. 3. Iraqi Dinar, IQD history and status. The IQD has gone through severe devaluation following decades of war, sanctions, occupation, and political instability. Key facts. In the 1980s, one IQD was worth more than $3. Post-2003 war, the dinar plummeted. The Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, introduced the new IQD and focused on maintaining a stable peg to the US dollar. The US dollar, USD, as of August 2025, with a focus on economic factors, revaluation expectations, and geopolitical influences. Current exchange rates, August 2025 overview. Currency per exchange rate. Approximate. 1 USD equals 1,398 IQD 1 USD equals 24,600 VND 1 IQD equals 0.0007151 US dollar VND equals 0.0000407. 1 US dollar IQD equals ~17.2. VND 1 VND equals ~0.058 IQD. Iraqi Dinar, IQD. Revaluation context. Official rate and parallel market. The Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, has fixed the official USD, IQD, rate at 1,320 IQD per $1. The parallel market rate, unofficial street exchange rate, fluctuates around 1,390 to 1,410 IQD USD. CBI is working hard to narrow the gap between these two rates with compliance systems, electronic platforms, and tighter control on dollar outflows. Revaluation prospects. Revaluation, RV, refers to the increase in the value of the dinar against foreign currencies. Iraq has not yet officially revalued the dinar significantly, but signs point to structural reforms that could lead to gradual appreciation. CBI's strategy is stability first, using tools like foreign reserves above $100 billion, strict dollar remittance rules via official channels, e.g., international SWIFT, support for de-dollarization to strengthen the dinar. Key drivers of IQD revaluation. Oil revenue. Iraq produces over 4.2 million barrels a day. Rising oil prices support stronger forex reserves. Monetary policy. CBI's anti-inflationary stance, including limiting parallel market speculation. IMF guidance. Iraq is aligning with IMF standards for currency regulation and may join an IMF currency basket system. Geopolitical stability. Improving relations with the US, GCC, and Iran contribute to financial confidence. Vietnamese dong, VND, Currency outlook. Current status. Managed by the State Bank of Vietnam, SBV. With controlled devaluations to promote exports. Stable exchange rate between 24,500 to 24,700. VND per USD over recent months. Revaluation possibility. VND is a non-convertible currency, not freely traded in global markets. SBV deliberately keeps the dong weak to support manufacturing exports. Revaluation is unlikely unless Vietnam shifts to high-tech exports and reduces dependency on FDI. Macroeconomic context. Foreign reserves. Tilde. 100 billion US dollars. Growth rate. Tilde 6.5% GDP. Growth expected in 2025. Low inflation. Around 3 to 4% controlled by tight central bank policies. Vietnam is considered stable but not ready for a major RV. United States US dollar, USD, anchor currency. The US dollar remains dominant in trade and reserves globally. Both Iraq and Vietnam rely heavily on the USD for foreign exchange operations. The Federal Reserve's interest rate policy affects the strength of the dollar. Against IQD and VND. Higher Fed rates, stronger USD, weaker IQD and VND.